Okay. Was that when you retired? Is that right, Lieutenant Colonel?
Yes.
So tell the story from the beginning, because I didn't hear it.
Cake off his mustache.
I didn't hear it from the beginning. Relax.
You could still mustache.
So go ahead. What was the story? I didn't hear it. Huh? Where were you?
My district headquarters is downtown.
I can't hear you though.
Years ago.
You gotta speak up.
And the only weapon I had in there, I may have had a lot more M60 machine gun. I had a 4-point deuce mortar, which, if you know mortar, that's a pretty big one. And General Short with a 4-corps rope. Everywhere we found success.
Hold on. You gotta talk a little bit more clear. You can't hear what you're saying.
You're hurting my teeth.
All right, sorry. There, I just got the chocolate off your mouth.
You had some chocolate frosting stuck to your mustache. So what did you use that mortar for?
Primarily shooting across the river to the other side where they build up their forces for attack.
To suppress the enemy as they were trying to accumulate their forces?
It did its share. But anyway, the general said something like, everywhere we found success, we found a handful of major attacks. Which I thought was a nice comment.
Troy said of all the districts, 250 districts, his district was the only district that wasn't overrun.
Damn.
By the Vietnamese when they attacked. Is that unbelievable?
Anyway.
They were attacking the heck out of you, huh?
Well, they kicked me out of the hotel where I was building.
Uh-huh.
But the headquarters were TOC, the Tactical Operations Center, and all my radios and my weapons was downtown about 3 miles away. And we held that building.
They surrounded you?
Yeah.
How'd you get out of there?
We waited till they give up. They give up losing too many and had lost too many.
They couldn't mortar you? They didn't hit you with any mortars or anything, or?
Well, they probably figured the commanders lost all they wanted to lose, because the VC were separate from the North Vietnamese. The North Vietnamese wanted the VC to attack and lose and take heavy losses, because they didn't intend to share the government with the South Vietnamese by any stretch of the imagination. So the best thing they can do is let them bleed themselves to death on the battlefield, and then tell them how it's going to be, and if you don't like it, you can go fucking duck. And,
well, when did the Khmer Rouge come in the picture?
what?
The Khmer Rouge.
I'm not familiar with that name. Power.
When Saigon got overrun, who overran Saigon? The North Vietnamese?
What?
Or the Viet Cong?
What?
Who overran Saigon, the embassy?
The North Vietnamese.
Well, they were communists, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They had tanks too.
So why didn't they bring a tank in? Oh, because the Viet Cong attacked you, not the North Vietnamese army.
No, they brought their tanks into areas where they weren't vulnerable. Tanks are fairly vulnerable in a built-up area if you deploy tanks in multiples. You don't send a single tank out into an alley, you know, and expect him to come out with his whole skin. When you get too close, blast your ass with a rocket-propelled grenade. My troops fought really, really well. I had taken good care of them. They had plenty of food, plenty of ammunition, plenty of reserves.
Obviously, they had good training too.
They had pretty good training.
Because if they didn't have good training, they would have never survived. Training's everything.
Well,
I mean, well, there's one thing when you're in war, natural.
the general said, I told him there was trouble coming because we just had a big ambush where my boss was killed.
Your boss was a general?
No, my boss was a FSR 1 or 2. He was a diplomat.
Oh, he was a diplomat.
He was part of the combined military civilian government we had.
South Vietnamese civilian government?
Fredericks was his name. He was a young guy.
Who killed him?
And they had completed a big operation down on the border of the other province and our border. They were coming back about 5 o'clock and went head on into an ambush. Fredericks was killed, and Vietnamese province chief was seriously wounded. They air evac him to Walter Reed.
Damn. So after that, you got out of there, huh?
Yeah, I was out of there then. I left 5 days before the attack started.
Well,
General wouldn't let me extend. I wanted to extend. I said, General, they're coming soon. He said, go on over.
What year did you get out of there, Troy?
What's that?
What year did you get DeRose out of there?
I got home on the 31st December,
1960 what?
67.
67. I was 4 years old.
and when did you enlist?
November 22nd, 1948.
How old were you?
13.
13. I thought you had to be 17 or 18 to get in the military.
All you had to do in Oklahoma was furnish a birth certificate had been altered, or a entry on a Bible would be sufficient.
So you altered your birth certificate to get into the military?
Well, I won't deny that I kept my actual birth certificate with me in Korea.
Were you enlisted first and then you went to officer school?
Yeah, I was enlisted for 9 years.
9 years. Okay, so what was the rank that you made as an enlisted? Now we're getting out the real truth.
Sergeant first class.
Sergeant first class. Okay, so you had 10 years time